We're here again.
The Intermarché!
Again.
Driving it all the way back now.
It's not really criticising it.
I will do in a minute, give me time.
Oh.
I'll gear myself up.
Right.
So tomorrow the kids will be back at school. We're going to try and wrap up some more bits of boring paperwork. Alright. We're not going out tomorrow to see our friends. Then I think we've got, unless you want me to do it this afternoon, chase up the house insurance and the kids' insurance. What we did last week, we got a quote from an insurance broker for kids' insurance. He said before, the children out here, when they go to school, they have to have insurance. Oh God, what's that? Cat. Is it on the ferret?
Yeah.
Wait, don't go yet. Are you sure? Watch this, Tony's probably going to just drive off now. He reckons he's probably seen something.
Gone in a hole by the time.
Nothing here. It's gone like lightning. I thought it was a cat, but it was a ferret.
It's a ferret. Funny looking cat.
You come across all different animals as we're driving along. Did we see some squirrels? Have we seen squirrels yet?
One squirrel, I think, a red squirrel.
Right, red squirrel. Yeah, the children have to have insurances out here. So usually comes under your house insurance. So we've gone and got a quote, or tried to get a quote last week from a broker. We haven't heard anything, so I'm going to have to chase them up because the school's going to need that soon. That's one thing to do. Another thing we've got to do, which is a bit of a morbid situation to think of, but we need to do our wills out here, which is really important because although we've not bought a property out here, the ruling is if you're a married couple and you're a resident of France, which we're not either of those yet, but the situation is when either, say if Tony dies, the children automatically get the house and all the finances, don't they?
And they have to pay death duty on it.
Yeah. And vice
It's not about finances, I know they definitely get the house.
Well, either way, if I pass away and Tony's still alive and we are residents and we have a property over here, it's not like the UK where it automatically goes next to kin. It goes automatically to our children, which is not a problem because in the long run everything we've got is going to go to our children. But we need to sort that out in time, obviously not now, but that's something to do. And I think that means going to the notaire, and it has to be done in French. Yeah.
As I say, we can pretty much copy Tony's building.
But yeah, in the UK, I don't think even if you had a will, it would just go to your next of kin, wouldn't it? Your husband or wife or whatever. But the thought of if anything happened to one of us, the thought that Charlie might be in charge of my house, he'd probably kick me out. I think he wouldn't do that. But either way, it's got to be distributed up properly. All our set up with the boys, because there's 3 of them to take into account. So yeah, we'll that's way down on the list yet. So, but that is something that I don't know whether people were aware of, but that does happen. What other interesting facts? I've spoken about the police force over here, although Tony didn't find that as interesting as me. I did. Can't think what we've come across, and we thought, oh, we didn't know that.
We did car grist, didn't we, Mark?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate.
So to register your car, yeah, you have to go on a site called ENTS. Now, to get access to this site called ENTS, you need to get something called French Connect. To get French Connect, you have to have either right, I'm not sure how much I covered before the video stopped. Yeah, so you have to get on the ENTS system. The only way you can get on the ENTS system, there's I think 6 or 7 different ways to get on it. One being an orange contract, a mobile phone contract. And yeah, everything else pretty much straightforward, provided you've got all the right paperwork. Which again, if you put it in the comments, we can tell you exactly what you need for the banks, for going to get car insurance, schools, opening a business.
It's even lessons. I think
at the moment
free.
we're going through more stuff with the business because although there's certain numbers that you get out in France which allow you to do certain jobs, although I have them, they weren't on my Syria, so
We can cover that.
Now. And on top of that, we've got to go down to Chambers. What's it, Chambers?
Chambre Solaire.
Chambre Solaire.
I think that's what it's called.
I thought it was the Chambers to Business or something.
No.
Okay. Anyway, we've got to go to the Chambers, which is in Girit, to add on all the other bits and pieces that we want to do. So obviously we're legit, and no little scrobes can pop up on Facebook telling us that we're not allowed to do this, that and the other.
We have been really, really fortunate since we met some really amazing people, and I mean that sincerely. They're really lovely. We've met Joe, yet to meet Joe and Mark, Tara, Simon we've yet to meet, which is Tara's other half, Tony and Angela, and all of them have just been, not only just, they've become friends now, but just sharing and helping us along the way as well with bits of knowledge. It's just been absolutely amazing, and really taken back with that, you know. And it is possible to come over, and depending on how you want to go about things, some people rather not go out there and try and meet people, which obviously we're in COVID and lockdown, so we've not gone out meeting people, but it's still been important for me. I try and meet some friends out here so that obviously we can, when things start going back to some sort of normality. Good afternoon, welcome to our move to France.
Bonjour.
It's Tony. It's Saturday today, and we've just popped to pick up our car insurance certificate, because we had a temporary one.
Insurance.
We've also sorted out the house insurance and the children's insurance, which we stated in the videos before. In France, in the schools, the children must have their own insurance, which we've done, and we've got the certificate, so I've just got to forward them on to the schools on Monday. So nothing too exciting this week. We've just been trying to top and tail all the bits of paperwork. We've got,
I was in Girit yesterday sorting out the business.
yeah, we've got a couple more bits of paperwork to do, and then we're done for a while. So hopefully we can go and do a few more things outside now. I think we're just a bit concerned. We want to get everything done, and the weather's been really chilly. I know some parts of France have had snow. We haven't. It looks really sunny out. looking at here, there's nothing here apart from loads of cows and sheep. Barely any people that live around here, so I'm not concerned about that. But from what I can see, most people are now.
Well, our department's been the curfew. We can now go be in by 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
At night, from 6 till 7, and we can just go out and do whatever we want to do within reason. We don't have to do a necessitation, which other departments do. 16 departments, you have to have a reason for why you're outside, and you fill out a bit of paper, or there's an app on your phone so the police can zap it. You know, if you've got to take your kids to school, or you've got to go food shopping, or whatever, go to work.
But equally, we're not going to be silly about things and start going out for drives to towns and stuff, because
nothing really changed for us.
I'm really manic about this virus, and most people back in the UK that know me well will know it frightens the life out of me. So I'm quite happy in our own little bubble here, but we shan't be venturing out to Limoges, which is something that the kids wanted to go and have.
They want a KFC.
Yeah, there's loads and loads. It's a big shopping centre, and it's apparently about 4 times the size of Romford. I haven't been, but that's what I've been told. But I shan't be going anywhere near there or anywhere else at this present moment. So it's just going to be a case of us going out for drives with the kids. Equally, we was going to take Charlie this weekend to go and have a look at the clay pigeon shooting club. But again, I'm with the third wave over here, I'm not going to start taking us to go clubs to meet up with other people that are living in other departments. When I say departments, they're basically called departments over in France. They're other areas, and the departments are all numbered.
It's basically like Essex and Kent and...
So Crews comes under Department 23. So when people say what department you live in, every department has a number. So even just by going to a clay pigeon shooting club, which is outdoors, I don't know where half these other members that are at the club are coming from, which department. So for that reason, we won't be doing that much. As I said, we'll go out for drives with just us and the kids, and just sort of be safe for now. I know they've started rolling out the vaccine again after putting a halt on it. But even so, it's still quite worrying when you watch all the people now, because yesterday Paris and other regions have gone into lockdown as from midnight last night. The amount of people piling onto trains that I've watched on the news to escape Paris to go off to other departments is quite worrying. So yeah, we're going to just keep ourselves to ourselves and not go anywhere unnecessarily at the moment. So our video footage might not be that brilliant, because where before we were going,
we've got to go places. It's not,
yeah.
I mean, we've got to go to Bury, which is a large town.
we're not going out shopping around and doing all them business. We just go to where we've got to go, and that's it. And until France, the cases start coming down and so forth.
Where we are, though, aren't we, really?
No, I know where we are. It's safe. But what I'm saying to you is,
Gury's in Crews, so there's no real cases in Gury because everyone's putting their masks on, everyone's sanitising.
Well, I'm still very.
It's not really. I wouldn't imagine a lot of people on the train. So.
What do you mean a lot of people on the
Well,
train?
when you live in Paris and you're travelling around, everyone's obviously using the metro, aren't they? So you're on a lot of trains like that would be in the UK. I'd imagine that's where a lot of it gets passed.
Well, regardless, we see the other day, a cat. You made me get out of the car and try and look for something that probably didn't exist.
It's a very thin animal. Cats don't tend to be like that, all that low to the ground. That's a cat. That was a ferret.
Now, I can't wait for the warmer weather because I've been told by loads of people that in the summer it can get up to 40, if not higher. So Tony reckons I'm going to start whinging that it's going to be too hot. But I really can't stand being cold.
We went to Cyprus, she was bitching about how hot it was, and we had a pool.
Yeah, I know. I just hate being cold.
I have to put the hot tub up and just fill it with cold water.
It's just once it gets in your bones, it just doesn't motivate me. And it's not something that I've just started off with. I've been like that all my life. I just don't do the cold. But it's not too bad if you wrap up warm and go for a walk like we have done, but it's when it's windy as well, then it just cuts right through you.
Yeah, as I said earlier, it feels colder today than it did when it was snowing.
Well, as I said, some parts of France have had snow. I mean, it's 40 minutes away drive from where we are, they've had snow. So, just shows you. But, yeah, I think come April, May time, I think the weather should start brightening up a bit, which would be great. And then we get out more, go for our lovely walks, and whether the children come or not.
Then we'll do it when the kids are at school. Much more fun. It is. All they want to do is get back in the car and go on and play football. Go on and play my VR.
They will be embracing outdoors life, whether we have to force them to do it. It is something they're going to be doing, but a little bit awkward at the moment because of the coronavirus, everything's shut, and the weather's not particularly warm. We're allowing them to do pretty much sit indoors and chill out and play on their games, but trust me when I say I've not come all the way to France for the children to play Xbox and PlayStation.
No.
We have wanted them to have more of an outdoor life since we've been in the UK, but unfortunately didn't feel it was safe enough to allow them to do half the stuff we'd love them to do. Here, they will be going out. They will be going out and playing on trees and building tree houses and dens and going for bike rides and meeting up with friends and not sitting at home in front of a television. Plus, it'd be lovely to spend more family quality time, which is something we've said before. There was no work-life balance in the UK. I barely see the children. Missed so much of the children's, I think, life through working. So we said that it's going to be a nice work-life balance here where we have proper family time, and it doesn't even have to cost that much to do stuff over here, which is amazing. Where everything you seem to do in the UK costs an arm and a leg, especially when we've got 3 kids. And you want to go bowling for the no, don't do that. You want to go bowling for the afternoon, or trampolining, or quasar. It costs a fortune. But here, you just seem to be able to. There's loads of stuff to do. It's really inexpensive, or doesn't even cost you anything.
Imagine that lake that goes towards Santa Maria, and that'll be busy in the summer with everybody jumping in there. Don't cost anything.
But equally, just letting the kids learn how to play and be kids again. You know, I remember taking them over the park. I finished work, come home, felt guilty they'd been at home, so I said, right, let's go over the park. I took them over the park with some bats and balls, and they just stood there looking at me. It's like they've lost all sense of how to be creative and play.
I don't think they ever had it.
Oh, come on. It's just stupid. I mean, I used to have to entertain myself as an only child, and I used to find loads of stuff to do in the garden.
Like when we went to Devon, though, and there was all
standing on the beach looking at us.
Well, the beach, and then when I was outside the log cabin thing that we were staying in, they wouldn't play unless we were standing there, they'd play with them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's just our children. Maybe someone should let us know if they've got any other children. They've got children that are similar.
I don't know, it's just this day and age. They just say they don't go out and they don't go out and play.
No.
In the UK, I imagine our parents are probably in the same boat.
very, very long and
Go tomorrow,
boring.
no, Tuesday, Guru, because the appointment they had last week for Henry and Jules got cancelled.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they don't cancel it this time. But who knows?
But Charlie's really enjoying his college, which is a massive thumbs up. We're really worried about him. Bearing in mind he's 15, it's people always say if you're going to make a move, it's better to do it when the kids are young, they'll adapt better, and obviously we're very mindful of that.
I actually think Charlie's adapting better than the other two.
Yeah, he has. The other two don't stop moaning. Well, I say the other two don't stop moaning. The other one, which is our middle one, that will moan about anything and everything. He'll have an argument with himself in a room. He just moans continuously. So I think we're never going to put it this way, out of three of them, if two of them are happy and one of them's not, I don't think that's too bad. You know, every child's different.
It's tough anyway.
He's always moaned, so yeah.
He moans if you buy him a Dr. Pepper. Well, he wants Dr. Pepper, but if you buy him Dr. Pepper, then you're doing wrong and you'll moan about it. It's just, kids are nuts. Gets it from you.
I know he does. I love him dearly. I love all of them. Right, we're home.
We're home. Bonjour.
Au revoir.
Bonjour.
Don't you try to come at me.
Right, George, why
We're in-
don't you,
We're in a local garden centre and they sell chickens here.
George, why don't you
Yes,
say
I
what
wanna
we've seen
meet.
so far in the local garden centre?
Fish, rats,
This one's a bit.
and budgies. Oh, don't you say those words for me, buddy?
There's loads of cocks in there.
So they've got fish,
They're
budgies,
only £21.
only